morning, friends. Welcome to day 7 of our 30-day Go Love Yourself offering. Today we're going to start on our backs. So coming onto your backs into a position called constructive rest, keeping the knees bent, soles of the feet to the floor. We're going to turn the palms to face upwards, lengthen the spine, lengthen the neck, bring the head back down, and then close the eyes. Take 3 nice, deep, full breaths here. Breathing in through the nose and just exhaling through the mouth. One more. From here, let's draw the right knee in towards the chest, lift the shoulders, lift the head, draw forehead towards the knee. And then we'll just let that back down, letting the foot touch back down, the head comes down, and then moving to the other side, left knee hugs in. We'll engage a little bit of core, focusing on that area between the pubic bone and the belly button, drawing that in, and then letting everything down. And then we'll take both knees, hug them in towards the chest, round through the back, lift the shoulders, lift the head, see if you can lift the tailbone even a little bit here, and then let it back down. Let's take the soles of the feet back down to the ground, and then we're going to extend the left leg upwards towards the ceiling, push out through the heel, draw back through the toes, lengthening out through the back of the leg here, pushing the heel up towards the ceiling as the toes draw back towards the face. Nice gentle opening. We could even take a couple of circles with the foot, opening up through the ankle, moving some of that nice synovial fluid through the joints. And then we'll take a couple of circles, move them in the opposite direction. Especially in the morning, our bodies like nice slow movements, and it's also a nice way to kind of change and transition between a busy day and an evening. Let's take that left foot back down, extend the right leg up. We'll take a moment first just to lengthen out through the back of the leg, push out through the heel, draw back through the toes, feel a nice opening through the back of the leg. And then we'll start to circle the ankle. Maybe you'll notice a few cracks and pops. See if you can spread the toes nice and wide. And then we'll take those circles, move them in the opposite direction. All right, let's take those circles, bring them to stillness. Bring the left leg up to meet the right. Take the hands to the backs of either the hamstrings or the calves. And just lift the upper body up. So as we lift the upper body up, we're going to invite the legs towards the face, not so much that we're hurting through the low back, but just enough that we're starting to feel a little bit more opening. And then we'll release the upper body down, we'll hug the knees in, and then we're just going to start to circle the legs, moving them in opposite directions, so creating a bit of a figure 8 with the lower body. Taking that synovial fluid and moving it through the hip joints and into the pelvis. We'll move those circles in the opposite direction. And the hands are just a guide for the knees here so that we're not using too much core to hold the legs in place. The hands are kind of guiding the motion. Awesome, let's extend those legs back upwards towards the ceiling again. Take the hands and slide them out into a T position. And we're going to activate through the obliques a little bit here. So we're going to start to tip the legs over towards the right side. And then we'll draw them back up through center. Continue to push out through the heels, draw back through the toes. We'll take the legs and move them to the opposite side. So same thing here, just kind of moving back and forth, lengthening from one side to the other. And then drawing the knees back in, keeping the knees bent, we'll lift the shoulders, lift the head, curl forehead towards knees. And then release the upper body down. We're going to take the knees out towards the sides of the body, and then just kind of rock the knees a little bit backwards and forwards, and feel how that moves the pelvis and the sacrum too. So not just the legs are moving, we're kind of moving into that big bone or the set of bones in the low back. And then from here, knees will come together, hands will be behind the thighs so that we can rock ourselves up into a seated position. Let's find a cross-leg seated position. We'll take the right hand down, lift the left hand up, hinge over towards the right side, left hand plants behind the head. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, take that left elbow towards the right knee, rounding through the spine, tucking chin towards chest. And we'll keep moving. We'll inhale to reach it up. Exhale to twist and lower, finding lots of length through the spine, like we're trying to reach that left elbow out and away. One more time. Extending it back out. We'll sweep that left arm out in front, all the way over towards the left side. Let the right arm follow. And then take that right hand, place it behind the head, and same motion. So see if you can move with the breath, getting really empty as you exhale. Nice deep full inhales to open up. Awesome, reach that arm back out. Sweep the right hand down and around. Find both hands reaching out in front. Walk the hands forward, lower chin towards chest, forehead towards the mat. And then we'll walk the hands back towards the hips so that we can sit back up into upright. From here, we're going to take either a reverse plank position or a reverse tabletop. Reverse tabletop, our knees are going to be bent. Reverse plank position, we'll extend the legs out, take the ankles and the big toes together, push into the heels, lift through the hips. So even if you have your legs bent and you're in reverse table, it's that same action of grounding into the floor with the hands and the feet to lift the chest and the hips nice and high, and then we'll bring it back down. Let's take the legs out. Again, ankles and big toes together. We're going to inhale, reach the hands up, and as you exhale, reach it forward. So keep length to your spine here, even if that means you're staying here to work. So if you start to round as you come forward because you have tight legs or a tight back, then just don't go as far. We'll take a couple of breaths to come to our edge. Inhaling to lengthen, exhaling to fold. Hands are going to come to the shins or the ankles or even the feet. We'll spend one more breath to lengthen, and then maybe we'll just tuck the chin down towards the chest and let the head hang heavy. Releasing the feet, rounding the spine all the way back up into a seated position. Let's bend the knees one more time. Take the hips a little bit closer towards the heels, and then we're going to find that place on our sacrum that we can balance. We're going to come into a little bit of a boat pose here, taking the hands to the backs of the thighs to help lift through the chest. We'll keep the knees bent for this one. Lift the toes nice and high and engage through that lower part of the belly. Option to stay and work here, otherwise we're going to let the legs go, lift the hands, turn the palms to face upwards towards the ceiling. 2 nice deep full breaths. We'll cross at the ankles, lower the feet, roll ourselves over, and come into a tabletop position. From table, let's get a little bit more movement through the spine. We'll inhale, drop the belly, lift the tailbone, slide the shoulder blades down and back, feel into that nice opening through the front of the body. And then as we exhale, let's round the spine, push the spine upwards towards the ceiling as the tailbone and the chin tuck. Inhale, open front body, lower belly. Hands are actively kind of pulling isometrically back towards the knees to help lengthen through the belly. And then exhale, push into the mat. Engage a little bit of core as we hug the belly in towards the spine, and just let the head hang heavy one more time. Come back into a neutral position. We'll just slide the legs towards the side, come back into cross-legged seated. Perhaps the opposite shin will be on front this time. And to round out and finish our practice, Let's come into a little bit of a twist. So left hand towards right knee, right hand plants behind, lengthen spine, exhale, twist. Option to take that right hand, sweep it behind, reach towards the left hip, and then turn the palm of the left hand to face out, using the back of the hand and the wrist on that right leg to help turn us just a little bit further towards the side. Inhale, come back through center, opposite way. So right hand towards left knee. Inhale, sit up tall, and then exhale to turn. Just kind of bit by bit, feeling our way into the twist. Left hand could sweep around towards the right hip, and then we could turn the palm of the right hand to face out, help us lift through the chest, turn just a little bit more. We'll use the next inhale, turn to face back towards center, take the hands towards the heart. Drop the chin down towards the chest. Taking this final moment of the practice just to feel into gratitude. Thanks for practicing with me again today. Namaste, yogis.